Hello, great people. It don't happen, no. President Donald Trump wants to invade Nigeria as the US did to Iraq, Grenada, Panama, Afghanistan, and other countries. If you don't know the implication of Donald Trump's statement that the US military should prepare for an offensive action against Nigeria, well, I got you on this episode. Or you don't know what happened to some of these countries that I just highlighted for you, I have you on this episode because I'll be giving you some expert perspective because I have my MA in international relations, my PhD is in political science, focusing on international relations and international political economy. So what I will be saying on this episode is some expert perspective based on what I know as somebody that is in the field of international relations and political science. So do well to share this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you ever come across this video at all, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Nigerians and the world are at shock as the US President Donald Trump ordered the US Army to prepare for an offensive action against Nigeria in response to the Nigerian government alleged passive reaction to Christian genocide in Nigeria. President Donald Trump gave this order after declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern in response to Nigeria's government passiveness to tackling insecurity in the country. And President Donald Trump is currently threatening to invade Nigeria if the killings of Christians continue. Will this happen? Will this not happen? I have a lot to unveil to you because I will be dissecting it for you. I'll be looking at the personality of Donald Trump. I will be giving you instances across the world. But first, the first way to start is to read and analyze Donald Trump's post for you because I have some interesting perspective in that regard. So let me read and analyze the post of the US President Donald Trump for you. The post reads, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aids and assistance to Nigeria. Let me stop there first. Will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. Take note of that. First, some of you go they say, oh, why the US won't come invade Nigeria? Nigeria is an independent country on its own. Oh, you know if you do this, you know if you do that. Well, definitely Nigeria is a sovereign country, but then there are limitations to sovereignty, which I can't go into on this episode. Every country is sovereign, but then there are limitations to sovereignty. So we used to say in our field that there is sovereignty, but no nation is absolutely sovereign. Just as they used to say that, oh, there is human rights, but those rights are not absolute. You would have heard something like that if you always follow politics and happenings in the polity. Now, if the US says it will stop all aid and assistance, well, fine and good, because it is those aid and assistance that is making the US to put mouth into Nigerian politics. If US no they give us any aid and assistance, we'll be saying we stand down on our own, we stand gidigba, we rugged on our own. Some of these things will not be happening because person where they feed you, person where you they run to, and Nigerian government is good at anywhere there's free money. You see Nigerian government, anywhere there's aid, anywhere there is loans. Ibrahim Babangida us put Nigeria in OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries, despite knowing that Nigeria is not an Islamic country. So that aid and assistance is one of the things that is giving the US the kind of like effrontery to put mouth in Nigeria's issue. If not, US not supposed to put mouth at all, but it is what it is, and we have to find a way to deal with it. Now, let me continue the reading of Donald Trump's post for you. It says that will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well, that means will most likely, that's another word for it. If you want a synonym, would most likely, but here it reads as may very well go into that now disgraced country. Now, let me pause there and say something. By using the word disgraced country, I absolutely disagree with Donald Trump. You can't call Nigeria a disgraced country. No, rather, you should be directing your anger to the Nigerian leaders, successive Nigerian leaders, and say that we may as well go into that great country or that noble country or that blessed country being ruled by useless, shameful, arrogant, distasteful, use any word you like, leaders. I think that is the way that the US president should have put his statement. That is the way he should have put this statement. So I disagree with him calling Nigeria a disgraced country. Nigeria is not a disgraced country. Nigeria is a blessed country that is just unfortunate to be ruled by terrible leaders, by leaders that don't care, by leaders that are only after power rather than bringing development and succor to the people that they govern. Now, let me go back to the statement. It says guns are blazing. Do you know what that means? It means ta 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 ta. The sound of guns blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible who are committing these horrible atrocities. Well, let me say something in this regard, which is that I totally agree with the government of Donald Trump that the Islamist terrorists need to be wiped out. And another thing is that should the word used here be Islamic or Islamist? Should it be Islamic or Islamist? So if you are saying Islamic, I think that means that you are pushing it to the whole Muslim congregation or Muslim faithful. But if you say Islamist, that means that people that are subscribing partly or wholly to some doctrines in Islam. And it says, who are committing these horrible atrocities? Are they committing atrocities? Yes, I agree with the US president. Do they need to be flushed out? Yes, not just for the sake of Christians, but also for Muslims alike. They really need to be flushed out because if you look at the atrocities of this guy, whether Boko Haram, ISWAP, Lakurawa, and the new one now, Wulo, these guys are committing a lot of atrocities. Now, the US president, before I continue the reading, I must tell you that what Trump says here is good because the Christians are suffering from their fundamentalism, and not just the Christians. I must emphasize that the moderate Muslims, the conservative Muslims are also suffering from the activities of some of these bad guys, in the sense that if you are a Muslim and you don't subscribe to their doctrines, or you are preaching peace, or you are telling them to calm down, definitely they will come after you and they can execute you as well. But if you are a Christian, you literally stand no chance. Should such people be given a moment to stay alive? Absolutely no. So I agree with Donald Trump in that regard, that these people need to be wiped out. But they need to be wiped out by who? By the Nigerian government. So this is a wake-up call for the government to wipe them out. Don't forget that I'm dissecting the post for you. I'm still going deep into the analysis of these particular issues, the general analysis. So if this video is a bit long, bear with me, and make sure that you share this video, share it to everybody, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification button. Now, Trump says that I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. Is Donald Trump right in this regard? Of course, yes. When the US was to execute Osama bin Laden, when the US wants to attack, I think, was it Iraq or this Hamas something, that they killed some of their leaders not quite long ago, it was indeed fast, it was vicious, and if you like, you can call it sweet, depending on the divide that you belong to. So it says that, warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. Well, in this instance, does the Nigerian government need to move fast? Absolutely yes. You need to move fast because Donald Trump doesn't just say something, he goes ahead to do it, and if you are not careful, you can fall into his net. Now, I haven't read that post and analyzed it for you. Let me go into another perspective, another realm of analysis now, which is my own expert opinion. You see, that particular post that I just read to you, the post is either one or two things. Number one, it is either an after effect of emotions after reviewing gory data. Some of you don't know that the United States government is a government of data. They deal with so much data, and before Nigeria was declared a country of particular concern, a lot of data would have been on the decks of the US security chiefs and the president, a lot of videos, a lot of media articles, a lot of reports, a lot of testimonies, congressional briefings, a lot of things, actions of the Nigerian government would have been reviewed. And upon reviewing that, definitely the US may now decide that with all this, issues that are before us, with all this data, definitely this country is not doing enough and they deserve to be declared a country of particular concern. So that particular post that I just read to you may be an after effect of emotions after reviewing some gory data, how people were being pied, how people were being burned, how people were being buried, how people were being, terribly massacred. So that kind of data, immediately you are viewing it, emotions will rise, particularly if you are a staunch Christian like the US President Donald Trump. You will naturally be emotional at that point in time. So that may have led to that particular post. It can be an outpour of emotions. Now, another thing is that it's either the one I just told you or a ruthless pressure to get results. It may be a ruthless pressure to get results, which is that you want to use, should I say gragra, to make sure that you influence the government of Nigeria, or you frighten them in such a way that they will give you result, which is that to go after some of these elders, murderous herdsmen, bandits, Boko Haramists that have been committing one atrocities or the other on the Nigerian soil. So take note of this. That post that I just read to you is either an after effect of emotions after reviewing gory data, or a ruthless pressure to get result. Either ways, whether it is an after effect of emotions or it is a ruthless pressure to get result, either ways, you can't overlook the threat based on the person of Trump. The persona of Trump will not make you to overlook that particular threat. Because, why do I say so? Trump have little or no patience. If you study his action and reaction to something, Trump have little or no patience. Sometimes people have argued that Donald Trump usually acts before he thinks, that he would have acted. After the action, he will now be thinking. For such a person, either ways, whether it is an after effect of reviewing data as an outpour of emotions, or a ruthless pressure to get result, you cannot overlook the threat of Trump, because Trump is somebody that doesn't take such things lightly. He has little or no patience, and sometimes if he just wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, then he can take action. And God forbid, if Trump take actions, the next thing you will hear is result. He will not tell you that he's coming to attack Nigeria. You just hear that, oh, he has taken so action. That is it. After the action has been taken. So in this instance, Bola Ahmed Tinubu must quickly engage the United States, else what you will just hear is breaking news. Oh, the military, the US Army have successfully carried out, and I'm trying to give you like what the statement will look like. The US Army has successfully carried out an offensive spying or unaliving, of Islamist fundamentalists in Zamfara, Sokoto, and other areas. We appreciate the US Army for doing a good job in this regard. Bam. The deed has already been done. Trump will not come and announce to you that I'm coming to invade you so date, so time. And that is why Bola Ahmed Tinubu must quickly engage with his US counterpart. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please do want to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button as well. And make sure you share this video. Let others get to enjoy it. Now, looking at this, if Tinubu does not want Trump to act, he has to engage him, and the president is trying, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently trying to lobby Trump for an emergency meeting. Immediately Tinubu here say, we go call invade your country, trust Baba, all this granala yo, Baba fear, he want peace for panty. Invade what? Country where they enjoy, where they do, my gragra on top Fubara, on top Wike, on top PDP, and all these people, the presidency is reportedly trying to get an urgent meeting with Donald Trump. Will Donald Trump avail them of that meeting, or Donald Trump has already even taken a decision whether they are just even mapping out where to bomb or where to attack? We don't know. But it would be good if the US president can take a moment to listen to his Nigerian counterpart, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As it is, Trump will only invade Nigeria swiftly if he has an ulterior motive. And listen to me, this is an expert opinion. Listen to this very carefully. Trump, as it is now, will only invade Nigeria if he has an ulterior motive, in the sense that you have served the Nigerian government a warning. First, you declared Nigeria a country of particular concern. That alone, it's a warning. You have told the Nigerian government to act. Then you need to give them some space of about a week or 2 weeks to see the action that the Nigerian government would have taken to address some of your concerns, which should be the normal way, in the sense that if you want results cannot be gotten in a day. There are processes to getting results. So you need to see whether the body language of the Nigerian government is tailored towards getting the desired result. But in this instance, if you declare Nigeria a country of particular concern, within 24 hours you have ordered your military to get ready for an offensive action against Nigeria, and just within an eye twinkle you invade the country. I can tell you from my experience as a student and a scholar of international relations that if Trump goes ahead with that particular invasion suddenly like this, that means that he has an ulterior motive, or he has an earlier grudge with the Tinubu administration, particularly the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is what I can say. But then let us dive a bit further. Apologies for this video. I've recorded like over 15 minutes, but I still have some things to say to you, and I will tell you that it will most likely not be up to 20 minutes. If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe. Make sure you share this video, let others get to see it as well. What could be the likely cause of this grudge, which is that the BRICS, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nigeria as a whole, have been aligning with BRICS, the BRICS nation. Trump does not want Nigeria's alliance with the BRICS because Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa, and wherever there is population, there is market. Wherever there's large people, definitely there's an existing or a potential market in that particular place. So Nigeria may not have the skills, may not have the technologies, may not be advanced in some other crucial aspect, but Nigeria has the market. And what is the market? The population. To break it down for you, anywhere where people dey, it means say the people who need one or two things, definitely there is a market there. Anything where you bring there go sell. And if that country open its economy to you, definitely you will make enormous profit. So Nigeria have been aligning with BRICS, Brazil, Russia, I think Indonesia, China, and one other country. And the United States does not like that. Another thing that can be the likely cause of the grudge that I explained to you is Nigeria tilting towards China. You will recall that Nigeria has declared Chinese a language to be learned in our schools. This particular action of declaring Chinese language a language to be learned in our school definitely will not go well with the US government. So Nigeria tilting towards China, which is like an economic enemy of the United States, definitely will not go well with the country. Now, apart from this grudge that I just listed to you, there's another perspective, which is the oil trade issue. You will recall that Aliko Dangote built a refinery, and Nigeria's oil is now being refined in Nigeria. Before now, Nigerian government usually export oil from the United States and some other countries, but now that is no longer the case. Now, as that is no longer the case, it is causing an issue, which is that as Nigeria is no longer importing oil from the United States and other countries, then there is something in the sense that it has affected the money that is being accrued by those refineries in Western countries, because definitely Nigeria is no longer patronizing them. So it has affected their profit, and it's also affecting the strength of the dollar. If you are still buying those refined crude oil, that you are selling it to them cheaply, unrefined, and you are buying it back in expensively when it has been refined, then it will lead to an appreciation of the dollar, because you need dollar to transact. If you want to buy it from those countries, you will be using the dollar. And imagine the amount of fuel that Nigeria is consuming every day. Now, another thing is that Tinubu have to act swiftly. That's what I can say. I promise that this video will not be up to 20 minutes. I have a lot to say, but then let me just cut it short, okay? Now, Tinubu should act swiftly, because if Trump invades Nigeria, Tinubu will be forced out of power. And there are examples in that regard. What happened in Iraq, what happened in Grenada, Panama, Afghanistan, Libya, there's a whole lot of examples. So Tinubu, act fast, because if Trump should invade Nigeria, that will eventually lead to your removal from office. Learn from Iraq, learn from some of these countries. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I could have gone on and on, but I want this video to be as short as possible. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.